Oh, the rooster. What is the rooster doing first thing? Well, first thing in the morning. That makes sense, right? Nobody's above the law. Perfect, Dean. That was not planned. That was not planned. It was a rooster. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Tuesday to the Ungovernables, the Captain's Crew, the LFA family, McGroy Nation, coming to you live from the deep red state of Tennessee on rumble.com/LFA TV. Welcome to Ungoverned on this election day. Hello. Maybe this will get y'all attention, right? Here we go. Ready? We'll send all the animals up. I don't know, with a seatbelt sign or putting it all on. Guys, gals, if you live in Tennessee's 7th Congressional District, you better vote today for Matt Van Epps. I told Bald Bread, thank you to the Baldies for rating the stream. I told so many people last week, whether it was filling in for Vince, whether it was here, whether it was on different, you're going to forget. I even said, hey, what if we get one of those weird ice storms? We almost got one last night. If you live in Tennessee's 7th Congressional District, get out and vote today for Matt Van Epps. You cannot allow Afton Bain. You cannot allow Afton Bain to be elected in that district. So, look, I think it's going to be closer than the 2022 margin. I said this stuff, I think it was back in either November. What was it? No. It was like in January or February, maybe March of this year, when there were special elections in Florida, and it was half the margin that it was during the general election. People, calm down. We still won by 15 points. Yeah, except we won on Election Day in 2024 by 30. I don't like the trends in special elections. I think Matt Van Epps is going to win. Polymarket's got him winning, fine, but that doesn't mean anything until somebody, if you're in District 7, Tennessee 7, get out and vote. Please. Thank you. Okay. Today, I know I promised yesterday Trump taking credit for no hurricanes in the Gulf. Well, unlucky for you, yesterday I didn't do that because I wound up getting mad at a specific sporting goods company who's holding my treadmill hostage, which I'm not happy about.
Don't get
him
started.
We're not going to say it yet. All right, we're working on a deal. We're working on a beautiful deal. But lucky for you, at 4 a.m. last night, I decided to wake up, go to the bathroom, and then I couldn't fall asleep for about 2 hours. So I had all these ideas running through my head of what I wanted to do for Trump taking credit for no hurricanes in the Gulf. And so I think I've got a pretty good concept. We're going to do that today. And this is a big one. The first, and some of you guys have gotten it, right? Some of you guys have gotten it. The first Trump Christmas Carol of the season is written, ready to go. All I'm going to say is 'tis the season, folks.
Wahoo!
'Tis the season, and we're going to have that probably Thursday because, we've done a lot of good one. Hunter, the white-nosed crackhead. Remember that?
I do.
We wrote
that
that in about 10 minutes.
Yep.
'Tis the season is written.
When you rub our two brain cells together, magic happens.
See? Not rehearsed. Nor was the rooster being a part of the show at the open. So there you go. We've got a couple of good things. We got to get back to having a little bit of fun because, the news cycle's kind of, it's heavy. There's a lot of heavy stuff. I've got some good news. That we're going to get to a little bit. There's also a ton of not necessarily great news. Cabinet meeting this morning at 11:30. So they say, this is the fashionably late administration. I love them, but the next day they're on time is the first day they're on time. But apparently a cabinet meeting at 11:30 this morning. So that'll be interesting to kind of watch and look into. I'll probably be on the phone threatening somebody's life at that time. But, but we're going to do it. We're going to watch that cabinet meeting. Jeremy will be able to carry that for you. And a special announcement from the Trump administration, supposedly from the Oval Office, I believe, at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And this has to do with something called Trump accounts. I don't know if you've heard of this. It's very interesting. So the Dell family, the computer, Dell, I don't like their computers at all. However, this is a nice move, $6.25 billion to create 25 million additional quote-unquote Trump accounts. This gift is expected to reach nearly 80% of children aged 10 and under across 75% of U.S. zip codes, according to Invest America. Now, grain of salt, this is from NBC News, but they have a nice write-up about this. Tech billionaires Michael and Susan Dell announced Tuesday that they're pledging $6.25 billion with a B to create 25 million with an M additional Trump accounts for children across the country. The accounts will be seeded with $250 each and available for children who missed the eligibility cutoff for the $1,000 federally funded Trump accounts for babies born after January 1st, 2025. Michael Dell will join President Trump at the White House today to announce the initiative in person. Quote, these deposits will reach the accounts of most children aged 10 and under who were born prior to the qualifying date for the federal newborn contribution, the Dell said in a statement issued by their foundation. Children older than 10 may benefit too if funds remain available after initial signups. The Dell family said it is an incredibly practical and direct step to help families begin saving today. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, what's the difference between this and socialism? Socialism's forced on you, right? Socialism is forced on you. We will take money from you through taxes and give it to other people. It is wealth redistribution at the point of a gun. This is a voluntary contribution. Now, I don't know what kind of deal Dell has with the government, if they struck some sort of, hey, if I do this, you do that. I have no idea. But this is not forced, okay? So this Trump accounts thing is supposed to be $1,000 that winds up in this account. You have a newborn after January 1st, 2025, and you can invest it and kind of use it as a savings account for your child. The Dell family gift is expected to reach nearly 80% of children 10 and under across 75% of U.S. zip codes. The accounts will also be eligible for additional contributions of up to $5,000 per year until the beneficiary child reaches 18 years old. Withdrawals from the account are not permitted until the child reaches 18 years old. It's just like a way kind of save for college, a little bit of a kind of a nest egg, if you will. It's almost like a 401k or retirement plan, but for 18-year-olds, right? So you have the opportunity to contribute to this plan, and you can't touch it until you reach 18. Children born after January 1st and until December 31st, 2028, so it's a small window, 4-year window, will receive an account infused with a $1,000 investment from the U.S. Treasury as part of the recently passed One Big Beautiful Bill legislation. So, again, these are these savings accounts, $1,000 for newborns born between January 1st, 2025 and December 31st, 2028. So it's a 4-year, sounds like a 4, all of 25, all of 26, all of 27, all of 28. And again, it sounds like kind of an account that you'll be able to grow and manage. You can't access the funds until the kids reach 18 years old. And then I don't know if they're earmarked that they have to be spent towards education or housing, or if you just have that money now available. And then I don't know the deal if there's tax on it too, if there's capital gains on that. You know, they're always going to want to get their cut at the end of the day. But the Dell family making these contributions. So that's what the 2 p.m. announcement is going to be. I don't like Dell computers. I'm not a fan. I had a bad experience with Dell years ago, and I have been an HP guy ever since. And I've had some bad experiences with HP too. But I do know that I have an HP computer sitting in the garage that if I wanted to turn on, I could turn it on. As a matter of fact, it was through that old HP computer that we were able to hear our 911 call from when we were swatted. Remember, I had to bring out that relic. Yeah. It was like a rotary phone. So there you go. That's the Dell families are. The Dell family is making these contributions. I'm just trying to straighten up over here. Things are getting a little crazy. All right. So that's that. We got good news about potentially good news. KC 2022 says my favorite phrase: "Go Mac and you'll never go back." I went Mac for a day and sent it back. Remember that? I ordered that Mac, the refurbished, and then it wouldn't read my SD cards and it wouldn't read my USB drives, and I sent it right back because if I didn't, I was going to mash it with a baseball bat. I used to have a Mac, but there you go. There it is. Oh, somebody doesn't like the fact that I don't like Dell computers. I guess Multi-Grazi says, no matter what Dell does, I will remove all credit from them because my computer broke 20 years ago. Yeah, I mean, sure. I'll play that now since you want to play that game. Yes, if you're a company that did something bad to me 20 years ago, you suck now, just because that's the argument that you're making. So we'll play the game today. We'll play the game today. There you go. Multi-Grazi. You can give me a call, too, if you have a problem with what I'm saying. 631-527-4545. I look forward to hearing from you. But I'll give you 5 minutes. All right? I'll give you 5 minutes, because I'm not gonna let you hold the whole show hostage. Got it? So when the clock strikes 18, if you don't call by then, I'll just assume you're a coward like the rest of the people who like to spout off in the chat. All right, we have Comey and Letitia James, new indictments coming this week, potentially. So we'll get to all that. Before we do that, I want to get to a word from our friends over at OFP Farms. Exciting update from the farm. Holiday gift sets are available right now. Hey, this was supposed to end yesterday. This deal was supposed to end yesterday. However, there was an issue with Shopify. Okay? So because of this is what a good company does. They will make good with their customers. Say, oh, you had problems ordering yesterday because of a third party or something outside of our control. We're going to now extend the sale, the Black Friday sale, by a day. OFP Farms. They've assembled a wide variety of gift sets that are ready for shipping. Famous for their exceptional gift sets, and they have plenty to choose from that fit the budget. But that's not all. The biggest news is that they're offering 30% off for Black Friday, and the sale starts now. Load up on those Christmas gift sets, gifts for her, wellness boxes, beard and bath sets as well. Go to OFPfarms.com. This was supposed to end yesterday, guys. You have been given another day because Shopify crashed yesterday throughout I think for about half of the day, according to what I heard. So OFP Farms has extended the Black Friday Cyber Monday sale so you can still use that code today, OFPfarms.com, promo code SHAWN, 30% off of your complete order, 30% off of your entire order, OFPfarms.com, OFPfarms.com. It's Oscar Foxtrot, PapaFarms.com, promo code SHAWN. Okay. Still no phone call from our...
I blocked them because they were saying rude things in the chat. It was just too much.
Okay.
It was too much.
Got it.
I don't have the patience for nonsense today.
Gotcha. Yeah. Interesting. All right. Well, and I'll close that.
Because they're not going to call, and they're just going to be ridiculous in the
close
chat.
That
and
call
I'm
window.
not into that.
They call me a nasty name. A sugar honey iced tea. That's not nice.
And retarded, which...
We can't say that. We can't say that.
Not in a mean way like that.
The president used the R word, and he's going to get impeached over it. I can tell you something else, too, speaking of impeachment. If the Democrats win the midterms, they're going to impeach Donald Trump over the drug boat strikes. I'm just telling you that right now. It's obvious, right? It's obvious that they're going to impeach him over the drug boats. They're positioning it that way. They're calling him a war criminal. If the Democrats win in the midterms, they're going to, but they can't. Yes, they can. If they take the House, they can impeach him for whatever they want. They've already set that precedent. It's a stupid thing to do, but if America doesn't want to learn from it, that's it. Okay? So be careful and make sure that we're getting our friends out to vote here in this midterm cycle, including today, Tennessee 7. Tennessee 7. Okay? Get out and vote, Tennessee 7th Congressional District. James Comey and Letitia James, they took their little... They took that little victory lap last week. Oh, this proves our innocence, even though their cases were dismissed, not because of the merits or lack thereof of the cases, but because it was found that Lindsay Halligan was not a lawfully appointed prosecutor. Fine. Okay, whatever. You could agree, you could disagree. Did Bondi appeal? Did she not appeal? Are they going to bring it with a new prosecutor? Are they appealing Halligan's appointment? There's many different avenues that they can go, but latest reports are suggesting that a new indictments against both people may come by the end of this week. The DOJ is reportedly considering pursuing new indictments against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James after a federal judge dismissed their charges last week. Judge Cameron McGowan Curie, as Red State reported last week, dismissed both cases while ruling that the interim U.S. attorney who brought the charges, Lindsey Halligan, was unconstitutionally appointed. The ruling was not, it's very important, not based on the merits of the case. They were dismissed without prejudice. This case can be refiled. And we talked about the savings statute. I think that's 18 U.S. Code Section 3281, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. But the savings statute was the statute that they were considering that would allow them to extend the ability to charge James Comey, for example, because of the statute of limitations. I'm sorry, that's 18 U.S. Code Section 3288, not 3281. The savings statute is a federal law that allows a new indictment after a previous one is dismissed, even if the limitations period has expired. If done within certain time windows, that would be 6 months. So they could bring that case against James Comey, I think, and cite that statute and re-indict James Comey, especially because the case was not dismissed on the merits of the case. James was more celebratory than even Comey in her remarks, saying, quote, "I remain fearless in the face of these baseless charges as I continue fighting for New Yorkers every single day," as she looked in both directions at the same time. That would be at you for you. Somebody actually messaged my website and was like, "What do you call it when somebody's looking in two directions at the same time? I can't find the word anywhere." Thank you, Jason King. At you for you disease. One eye looking at you, one eye looking for you. And as Brennan said, Letitia James kind of gave herself this condition. She saw herself in the mirror one day and one eye just said, "I can't look at this anymore. I'm going off the other way."
Yeah.
All right. The victory laps for the duo may have been premature, as we know. Reuters reported yesterday that the DOJ could seek new charges against Comey and Letitia James as soon as this week. Kash Patel, in a recent interview, was asked about the Comey and Letitia James cases. I want to play for you a clip of what he said.
Because it's pending in terms of appellate status and what we are going to do for the next steps, the judicial process can make whatever determination it wants, but we, the FBI, and our partners at the DOJ have numerous options to proceed, and we're executing on all those options. So we're not done.
Any detail available?
I would say stay tuned for right after Thanksgiving, and you'll see multiple responses, in my opinion.
So you've initiated some cultural changes at the FBI. That's something that many people have talked about. Some people like it, some people don't. What would you say is the most...
And that was the interview. There's a clip of the interview Kash Patel did with the Epic Times. CNN cited also sources familiar with the situation. The DOJ reports that indictment against Comey could be presented by the end of the week. At the same time, it's less clear how swiftly Letitia James's new indictment might be presented. The outlet CNN says, now again, grain of salt, says that no matter what, prosecutors will likely present new indictments against the pair to grand juries in the Eastern District of Virginia. Obviously, you heard Kash Patel say that they are not done as well. And that is the latest on the Comey and Letitia James cases. So possibly by the end of the week, we're doing They've Been Indicted Part 2. Okay? So that's a good thing. I would say maybe watch around Thursday for that. Usually it doesn't happen on Fridays. Usually it's on, I think it's Thursday. I don't even think grand juries meet on Friday. So we'll see. We'll see if new indictments are brought by the end of the week. And if they are, then we'll celebrate. We'll have a little party. Right? A little party, because we will have...
I love a party.
Once again, the ability to do this.
What?
Oh. The Sasquatch. Because here's Letitia James. Hold on. Oh. I need to change. Right. I got to change hands with it. Warning. Please do not. See that? That's too shiny. No. Do not feed the Sasquatch. Who is the Sasquatch? That's the Sasquatch. That is Letitia James. One eye looking at you, one eye looking for you, okay? Don't feed the Sasquatch. Oh, and by the way, nobody's above the law. That's right. Okay, let's move on to a not-so-good story. Another one of these accidents happened. I say accidents not as something that maybe happened or didn't happen on purpose. Something is in my eye.
I bet it's a clover
Yeah,
hair.
it's probably a clover hair. But I mean, accidents as in auto accidents. And 2 more people have been killed because an illegal alien was driving on a U.S. highway, a U.S. roadway, with a CDL that he should not have had. Here we go. Oregon. Is anybody here from Oregon? Is Oregon in the house? What do you call somebody from Oregon? An Oregonian? An Oregonite?
Oregonian.
Or origami.
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 Oh,
Yes, we love origami. Yes.
Hurrah.
Hurrah. Anybody here from Oregon? That's what I wanted to ask. Anybody here from Oregon? It's West Coast, so it's a little early for you guys and gals out there. But anybody here from Oregon? If you're from Oregon, Oregonians. There you go, Oregonian. Patriotic lady is an Oregonian. There you go. All right? So she says it's Oregon, not an Oregonite. It's an Oregonian. Okay? Someone said, what do you call an Oregon? A socialist. No, not all of them socialists. All right, here we go. T.D. Hodges is from Central Oregon. Oregon. Melissa McGroin went to college in Oregon. Mutt Mom is from Oregon. Ostrich from Washington State. Okay, Oregon, though. This happened in Oregon. This story, unfortunately, happened to Pixie77 from Oregon. Here we go. A criminal Indian illegal alien semi-truck driver who obtained a CDL in California kills 2 people after jackknifing his truck in Oregon. That's a sad story, obviously. Another one of these cases. We've had, several this year. Which doesn't surprise anybody, right? Does it surprise you? No. When you're dealing with people who don't understand English on a roadway that the signs are only displayed in one language. Now, you're going to get people saying, we do it the manuals for all of your things. We have to print the signs in a billion different languages. No, you don't. You don't have to make new signs. You don't have to do anything like that. All you have to do is make sure that the people you're giving CDLs to are legally present in the United States and know English. That's all. You don't have to make new things. We do not have to do things to acquiesce to these people who don't belong in our country. Okay? If you're an illegal alien from India and California was stupid enough to give you a CDL, the rest of the country does not have to print road signs in whatever the language is, Indian, whatever it is, that they understand, so that they stop killing people on the road. The answer is enforce the law, right? Enforce the law, enforce the rules and regulations. Keep these people out of the country. And B, if they wind up in the country and are applying for CDLs, commercial driver's licenses, make sure if they're illegal, they can't get one. But make sure if they are legal, that they know the language. It's that simple. And there are regulations in place that say these people have to pass an English language test. And yet you're seeing these people on the road from who knows where, right? They're India, Mexico, Honduras, Uzbekistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, your sister's Assistan, people like that. There are these people from your sister's Assistan, right, who, they don't know the language, and they're killing people on the road. This has to stop. This has to stop. A criminal illegal alien semi-truck driver who obtained a CDL in California killed 2 people in Bend, Oregon last week after jackknifing his trailer. Per the Department of Homeland Security, November 24th, 2025, Rajinder Kumar, a criminal illegal alien from India, jackknifed his semi-truck and trailer, blocking both lanes of U.S. Highway 20. A Subaru Outback collided with the semi-truck, tragically killing both the driver, William Micah Carter, and passenger, Jennifer Lynn Lower. The DHS said Rajinder Kumar was released into the interior of the United States by the Biden administration, and he obtained a CDL by California Governor Gavin Newsom's Department of Motor Vehicles. Rajinder Kumar, a criminal illegal alien from India, was released into our country under the Biden administration and issued a commercial driver's license by Gavin Newsom's Department of Motor Vehicles. How many more senseless tragedies must take place before sanctuary politicians stop allowing illegal aliens to dangerously operate semi-trucks on America's roads, said Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin. When is enough going to be enough? Enough has already been enough for me. If people say, "Oh, we can't reverse migrate all of them." Yeah, we can, and we should. They should look. If you are illegally present in the United States and so legally you have no right to be here, we have every right to ask you to leave. And if you're not going to leave voluntarily, we will make you leave involuntarily, by force, if necessary. I don't have a problem with that. And I don't have a problem with how brutal it has to be either. I say to these people who are illegal, and this is why Donald Trump is cutting a lot of the benefits that are going to not just the illegal aliens, but asylum seekers and all this, make life miserable here for them. That sounds bad, right? Oh, what are you going to do? You're going to put them in camps? No, I'm not going to put them in camps. I'm just going to cut off the money. Make life miserable here for them. Not violence. I'm not saying stalk the illegal aliens and commit violence and gangs and no. That's not what I'm not vigilante. No. Politically, financially, and legally, right, through the law, make life in this country miserable for illegal aliens to the point where they're like, I don't want to sit here and put up with this. I'm going back to wherever I came from. I'm going back to your sister's Assistan. I'm going back to Uzbek. I'm going back to India. Good. Look, I saw a lot of people complaining about the number of deportations the other day, right? I don't care how these people leave. I only care that they leave. If there are more people that are leaving the country voluntarily versus involuntarily, good. As at least they're gone. This administration is on pace right now to deport 10 million illegal aliens by the end of these 4 years. Listen, it's not 100%. But there's a lot of people that came into this country, not just over the last 4 years, or really over the last 10 to 15 years. The number one thing that's been done on this border, they've shut it down where new border crossers, there are people crossing into the United States. None of them are being released into the interior. That's important. You hear people say border crossings were zero. Border crossings were not zero. They were pretty low. It's below like 5,000 a month. But those aliens that they're catching, they're not catching them and then sending them away and saying, show up for court if you want. So we have stemmed the influx of illegal immigration. We still got to work on the H-1Bs. Still got to work on the asylum nonsense, which Trump is working on. But we have stemmed the influx. We have stopped it. We have shut it off completely. The influx is at zero. And the outflows are in the millions. This is a very good thing. Now, it's not something that we're going to see results from overnight. Yes, the people are gone. Yes, we still have a ton more people to go. Yes, I would like to see bigger than 10 million. But, 10 million illegals deported over 4 years is pretty darn good. And I would expect to see those numbers ramped up. Now that you're seeing funding cut to these programs that are giving illegals whatever benefits that they're getting, if you make life politically, legally, and financially miserable for illegal aliens in this country, they'll leave by themselves. And that's fine. I don't need to see millions of illegals handcuffed and tossed into the back of a truck, loaded onto a plane and flown out of here. If they leave voluntarily, that's fine too, as long as they're gone. And if you make an example out of the ones who don't want to leave, and you do have to jerk them around and handcuff them and throw them into a truck like a sack of potatoes and load them onto a plane and drop them in some third world country or some third party country and use that as an example to, hey, if you're here illegally and you don't get out of here by your own terms, you're going to get out of here like this, and encourage people, hey, you could do this the easy way, get on a plane and leave now, or the hard way, we're going to zip tie you and throw you in the back of a truck like a sack of potatoes, load you on a plane and drop you in Costa Rica. That's fine too, as long as they leave. But we are moving in the right direction with deportations right now. And as far as I'm concerned, these stories about illegals getting driver's license, no. That has got to stop. And I'm sorry, but the state of California should be held criminally liable for the deaths of those two people in Oregon. It'll never happen, but that's what should happen. You got people getting driver's licenses in New York State with no name given. I can't even get a new picture taken on my driver's license right now because something's wrong in the system. They can go up into the DMV in New York State and not even give their name? That's not a joke. You could look this up. California's doing it too. I can't even get a new copy of my driver's license because something's wrong in the system. These people can get CDLs and not give their name? No. This has got to stop. And legally, there need to be repercussions for the states that are allowing these idiots to drive on the road who don't understand English that wind up killing people. If there's no consequences for this, it's never going to stop. Never going to stop. All right.
Mary DePortmas.
Mary DePortmas, yes. 'Tis the season. 'Tis the season. We'll get to, we'll have 'Tis the season. Probably Thursday, couple days. Going to finalize the lyrics and get them out, and it'll be a fun time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring you a word from our friends over at goldencrestmetals.com/LFA. It's goldencrestmetals.com/LFA. Check it out.
Hey everybody, Jeremy Harrell here. Look, I want to talk to you a little bit about gold and silver. When I was a kid, I always wondered what Fort Knox must look like. And when I was a kid, I always envisioned that when you would walk into Fort Knox, you would see just gold everywhere, literally raining gold, kind of like what you see behind me right now. Unfortunately, as a grown-up, I don't have that kind of imagination anymore, and I don't even have that much trust that Fort Knox has the 5,000 tons of gold that we're supposed to have there. Meaning that decades ago, we went off the gold standard in this country, which took the value of our dollar down to just mere pennies. And since our federal government doesn't want to go back to a gold standard currency, then it's time to us to take matters into our own hands. Have you ever thought about buying gold and silver? Have you ever thought about taking portions of your IRA or your 401k or your nest egg or your savings and putting it into gold and silver, either all or a portion of it? Have you ever wanted to purchase silver like this in bullion or premium? I know I do. And I know I wanted to take matters back into my own hands, which is why I have worked with Golden Crest Metals to do that. GoldenCrestMetals.com/LFA is going to be your go-to, absolutely transparent and trusted partner. Now, you can go to that website or you can call 888-308-4202. And what the good thing about this is they're going to guide you. They're going to talk to you. They're going to guide you. They're going to give you all the answers to your questions. And there's going to be no hidden fees. It's completely transparent. No hidden fees. No pressure, no surprise markups whatsoever. Clients get to see everything before they purchase. They've even agreed to lower the minimum investment to the LFA audience in order to make sure that everybody has access to this. Free IRA storage, free insured shipping, and a full range of precious metals from gold, silver, palladium, and platinum. And if it's easier for you to just maybe click a QR code, well, guess what? We've got that available for you too. Right here, ladies and gentlemen. Click this QR code on your screen and it'll take you right there. GoldenCrestMetals.com/LFA. Again, GoldenCrestMetals.com/LFA, or call 888-308-4202 today to reach these guys. They're going to be a great partner for you, just as they have been for me, and we absolutely recommend here at LFA TV, GoldenCrestMetals.com/LFA.
That's GoldenCrestMetals.com/LFA. Thank you, Golden Crest. Thank you, Jeremy, for being a part of the show. All right, quick word from our friends at Captain Shitties, and I have an update from them. I know some folks didn't receive their order, and we figured out what was going on there. So we'll get to you in just a second with an update there. Captain Shitties offers a bootylicious. It's not a joke. It's bootylicious, man. They offer a bootylicious two-pronged attack. A 6-year-old's hair is bootylicious. I no more think of myself being as old as I am than fly.
Bootylicious, is that from your sister's ass stand?
Whoa. Bootylicious, is that from your sister's ass stand? It is now.
It is now.
Yeah, Bootylicious is like their signature dish in your sister's ass stand. There you go. Captain Shitties offers a bootylicious two-pronged attack on hunger with his legendary Southwest salsa and robust beef sticks. The salsa is a chunky treasure of corn, black beans, and jalapenos, delivering an authentic meal-in-a-jar experience. The beef sticks, meanwhile, are a hearty, protein-packed snack with multiple tangy flavors, satisfying your inner pirate with every salty bite. Check it out at CaptainShitties.com, CaptainShitties.com, Captain Shitties, SCHIDDYS. Look at your screen. We're not saying a nasty word. CaptainShitties.com. Check it out to get your new favorite snack. It's Captain Shitties, SCHIDDYS.com. And we found out yesterday, I know there was some people who didn't receive their order. According to some of the folks I spoke to over there, they reached back out and spoke to a few people who ordered and contacted them over the weekend. They had an issue with their label printer. Shopify was printing the wrong labels. So Shopify had OFP Farms had problems with Shopify too. And in some cases, they put the wrong information into shipping addresses. Nothing's going to have to be reshipped. It's all figured out directly with their courier. So anybody who hasn't received anything will probably get it within a day or so. Again, nothing needed to be reshipped. They just printed new labels and fixed the whole thing. Anybody who ordered after Thanksgiving is not going to be affected. So that's the update that I have from there. CaptainShitties.com, CaptainShitties.com. Okay. New York City is, would you believe it, hiding illegal aliens. Let me play this clip. This is from Tricia McLaughlin on Fox News yesterday.
Or of justice. We're seeing that these criminal illegal aliens are exiting the jails and going back onto New York or Chicago or these other sanctuary streets to re-perpetuate their crimes. Today, in New York City's jails are 7,169 criminal illegal aliens. We're talking about hundreds of murderers, hundreds of sexual predators, drug traffickers, the worst of the worst. Dan Goldman and these other sanctuary city politicians, they should agree to hand over those individuals, honor those detainers, and then we won't have to flood the zone with our ICE law enforcement. We won't have to put those men and women on the ground because we will get these vicious criminals out of New York City's jails.
Right. It's.
I'm sorry, but you need somebody with a little bit of a tougher voice than Tricia McLaughlin. She's very smart. But, I mean, I don't know if anybody's listening to her saying, well, we have to get them out of the... I get it. You know, where's Tom Homan been, by the way? He's been I don't know where he's been. Maybe he took some time off. Anyway, New York City is harboring 7,169 criminal illegal aliens. That's a very specific number, right? Not 7,200, not 7,000, not 7,000 plus. 7,169 known criminal illegal aliens, purposefully shielding them from immigration officials. Isn't that against the law? Here's what I don't understand. And I know this might be that's a rhetorical question. What do you mean? What are you not paying attention? You don't know the system's rigged? You know, the judges are going to let them walk out. I just don't get why the federal government isn't holding these people accountable. We were told by Tom Homan last year that he was going to hold people accountable who got in the way of ICE and did these types of things. Where is the follow through on that? I like Tom Homan. Again, I just got done telling you I like what they're doing with deportations, but we could really up the numbers if we started handing out severe consequences for people who are interfering with the federal operation here. Or am I missing something? How is what New York City is doing here legal? We are seeing, as she said that just now, New York City's jails are 7,169 criminal illegal aliens. Hundreds of murderers, when they say criminal illegal aliens, you know, I think every illegal alien is a criminal because it's true. If you came into this country illegally, you've committed a crime. A crime. I don't care, misdemeanor, felony. If you do it twice, a felony. You do it first, one time it's a misdemeanor. Still a crime. 100% of those who entered this country illegally are criminals. Visa overstays, little different, right? It's a civil penalty. I think first offense, there's ways that can escalate into a criminal offense. But if you entered the country illegally, you are a criminal. Period. End of story. Stop. Period. End of story. You are a criminal if you entered the country illegally. The punishment, if you have been caught and found to have entered the country illegally, is deportation. This is the law. And nobody's above the law, as our friend the Rooster says. Okay? I just don't understand. Why are we not going after these officials? Why are we not going after the folks that are clearly obstructing the federal government from enforcing federal law? I don't get it. I don't understand it. Anti-ICE protesters, and this is it, that they're not only are these federal, are these city, state, local officials doing everything in their power to shield illegal aliens from deportation, but then they've got these, obviously, there's these rioters, some of them paid, doing this in New York City. Where are the arrests and the consequences for these people? All right, you get the point. How is this allowed? How is this allowed? I need somebody to explain this to me like I'm 5 years old. How is any of that legal? There's no way any of that is legal. None of it is. Now, I understand. NYPD, they can arrest them. And then, obviously it's Manhattan. Alvin Bragg is the district attorney. I get it. They're going to drop the charges. They'll dismiss the cases. They're going to get off without bail, the whole nine. I get that. Why can't the federal government bring charges against these people if they're obstructing ICE? If they are obstructing federal law enforcement, is that not a federal crime? Is that not? Let's ask. We're going to do a real-time. We'll do a real-time chat GPT. Is obstructing the operation of federal law enforcement, is obstructing the operation of federal law enforcement a crime? Enforcement like ICE. Like ICE. Let's do this. Like ICE. A federal, if I could spell it'd be good, federal crime. Let's see. All right. Is obstructing the operation of federal law enforcement like ICE a federal crime? Let's see what it spits back. Yes! Obstructing the operation of federal enforcement officers, including ICE, can absolutely be a federal crime depending on what the interference looks like. Obstructing of federal officers, 18 U.S. Code Section 111, is a federal crime too. Forcibly oppose, resist, impede, intimidate, or interfere with a federal officer performing official duties. Done! Why the hell where are the arrests? Where's the federal government? Why are you letting this happen? Penalties. Simple assault, impeding, up to 1 year. Physical contact or intent to resist, 8 years. With a weapon or serious bodily injury, 20 years. There's a statute. 18 U.S. Code Section 111. If those are ICE officers in New York City and they are being opposed by people, look, forcibly opposed, resist, impede. If you're in the road and they got to go around you, you're impeding, intimidating, interfering with a federal officer performing official duties. Is ICE enforcing immigration law an official duty? Yes. So where are the consequences for these people? If there are no consequences for these people are going to continue doing that. We've been saying that since the beginning of the term. You saw it happen in Los Angeles. Where is the federal government? The Biden DOJ wasted no time, not only charging peaceful January 6th protesters, but escalating their charges to 18 U.S. Code Section 1512, right, which was the obstruction of an official proceeding, that carried 20 years in prison, which was then overturned. The application of that statute was ruled inappropriate and unconstitutional. The Biden DOJ wasted no time going after January 6ers for, in many cases, just walking around the Capitol, where many of them could have been given a $50, $100, couple $100 fine. Instead, they were faced with life-altering criminal charges, many of those felony charges. We're just letting this happen? Where is the federal government? Why are you not charging these people under 18 U.S. Code Section 111, obstruction of federal officers? There's a statute that describes the behavior that we just saw in the video. How you had sedition hunters, you had all these people going through video, identifying people and, doxing and getting the FBI sent to all these people's houses. Hell, there are people in my chat right now, I know for a fact, who were visited by the FBI after January 6th, and they did nothing wrong. Weren't charged, but were visited, did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. Where is the federal government here? We're all seeing it. And when I say we're all, we are seeing it, and the left is seeing it. And the left is seeing their people in the streets rioting, forcibly opposing, impeding, intimidating, interfering with a federal officer or officers performing official duties. We're seeing it, they're seeing it. And what they are seeing is their people doing that, breaking the law, 18 U.S. Code Section 111, and not being held accountable for it. All that's going to do is serve as positive reinforcement for these people, and they're going to keep doing it. You have to throw these people in jail. Throw everything at them. And this would not be what the Biden DOJ did with January 6th, where most of the peaceful January 6th protesters were simply trespassing. This is literally, it's the freaking statute. Obstruction of federal officers with physical contact or intent to resist, up to 8 years. That should be a minimum. Okay, maybe the protester that's dressed up as an inflatable dinosaur that's blocking traffic, maybe you give that person a year. You think these people want to do a year in jail? No chance. Once they start seeing their friends and comrades and fellow rioters, protesters going to jail for years because of what they're doing, the majority of those people who don't think anything bad's going to happen will stop. This is ridiculous. Absolute. There's a freaking statute. And they're not charging anybody under him. Meanwhile, the Biden Department of Justice charged January 6ers under a statute that wound up being inappropriate. This statute is called obstructing a federal officer. And they're like, yeah, we're not going to go. Well, then it's going to continue. Drives me nuts. I mean, you see clear law breaking, clear law breaking. And it's just like, it's like if you watched somebody rob a bank. He walks in and put the money in the bag, right? The whole thing. This is Kathy Hope. This is a stick up, right? You see, you watch it happen. You watch him take the money out of the bank. He flips off police officers on the way out. And you know his identity, and then nothing. No charges. You know what that guy's going to do? He's going to rob another bank tomorrow. Ridiculous. And I get you can't get all of them. I get it. But like, nothing has happened with these people. Everyone wants to talk about the high-profile arrests, right? Comey, Clinton. No. I'll tell you what. I want the arrests of the agitators, the people who are in the streets. They're the ones giving the left all this energy, all this passion in the street. I want these streets cleared of these people. Arrest them if they are impeding a federal officer. It's a crime. 18 U.S. Code Section 111. Hey, Pam, I did your own homework for you, you dumbass. Get these people under control. What? It took me 2 minutes on ChatGPT to go, well, that sounds like a statute that they're violating. We should charge them under that. Oh, the 8 years of prison? Pretty good. But you got this scam blondie in the Department of Justice who's just, we will go after you. Yeah, when? Unreal. All right. Let's take a quick break, get to a word from our friends over at Silent. SLNT.com, SLNT.com/Sean. Let's face it, folks, your phone is a tracking device between government agencies, big tech, corporate data brokers, even cyber criminals. They are all fighting for a piece of your digital footprint, and they don't ask. They just go on and they take it. This is Silent makes Faraday gear that blocks all wireless signals, including cellular, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, RFID, and near-field communications. You know what no signal means? It means no tracking, no remote access, no breadcrumbs whatsoever. This is the same technology trusted by special operations teams worldwide, used to block signals, avoid surveillance, and secure communications wherever the mission leads. And right now, that is all available to you to protect your family, protect your freedom, and secure your digital footprint. Just drop your phone in the Silent Faraday sleeve, and it is off the grid. Completely silent and invisible to the outside worlds. From their backpacks, their sleeves, to their crossbodies. Silent's patented technology gives you control of your privacy. Just visit slnt.com/Sean to save 15% and actually a little bit more right now because they're running Black Friday, Cyber Monday holiday sales. But 15% off at minimum and free shipping on qualifying orders. That is silent.com, slnt.com/Sean. Protect your rights, secure your data, and stay one step ahead. slnt.com. It's silent, slnt.com. Silence the chaos. And go silent today. slnt.com. All right.
Mo time.
Oh, very good. All right, here he is. You got him?
Oh.
Yeah. There he goes. He's honking himself today. He's doing real well. I wanted to get to this the Somali story today, but I think that might be a story for tomorrow. We'll get a little bit deeper into that. I want to give it more time than just a couple of minutes. Something's going on in Venezuela, which we know. You had the drug boat strikes. You had all this about Donald Trump had a call with Nicolas Maduro. He is the dictator out there in Venezuela. Here's what Trump had to say about that a couple days ago on Air Force One.
I don't want to comment on it. The answer is yes.
And can you tell us a little bit
No,
about
I can't do that.
Mr. President, would you say it went well?
I wouldn't say it went well or badly. It was a phone call. Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about the strikes and the controversy around?
He said he wouldn't say if it went well or if it went badly. I know the audio is low, but I was looking for a video of it. I didn't see it, so I had to grab the audio. Audio was very low. Wouldn't say if it went well or if it went badly, which to me means it did not go well for Maduro. According to some of this reporting from the... where are we looking here? According to reporting from... I guess the Pentagon or some spots here, an ultimatum has been given. Let me see where this report comes from. An ultimatum, though, has been given to Nicolas Maduro to step down. I'm okay with pressure, and I obviously want the drugs to stop pouring into our country. You know, Cartel de los Sols is one of these Maduro-connected cartels. But we better not be putting troops on the ground in Venezuela. I will not support that at all. Like, at all. Now, I'm not going to sit here and hyperventilate and say, oh, here we go. We're starting a new war, World War III. That's not what I'm saying. I don't know. I get it. Maduro, like, rigged the election. He's very, very bad. But, like, regime change, really? You know, and I know the pressure. Hopefully it's this diplomatic pressure to force him out and Venezuela can get back on track. I just don't know, other than the drugs, and I'm not saying it's not a worthy cause, I don't know why spend this much time on Maduro, unless there's something behind the scenes that I don't know. So, again, I'm okay with targeted strikes because I was okay with it with Iran. And this actually has a, very similar, if not more direct impact on the United States than Iran, because Iran doesn't have a nuke, but Venezuela is shipping drugs into our country, right? Someone said it's the oil. Could be the oil. Could very well be the oil. I don't want boots on the ground. Targeted strikes, I'll be behind targeted strikes. No boots on the ground. This cannot be a military crusade to overthrow Maduro. At the end of the day, the people have to do it too. So, no, I don't want any boots on the ground. Finally, we had this. The White House released perfect Trump MRIs. This is great. I may have some fun with this one too a little bit later today. Because, Donald Trump may not be the best physical specimen in the world, but the establishment media, they obsessed about the results after Trump revealed in October he had an MRI. Caroline Levitt said, I'll read it for you, and then you will get it physically as well. Reading from the summary, which explained that Trump got the MRI because men in his age group benefit from a thorough evaluation of cardiovascular and abdominal health. In all, the commander-in-chief's cardiovascular imaging was perfectly normal, and his cardiovascular system shows excellent health. His abdominal imaging also was described as perfectly normal. So, to all the Democrats that were hoping that Donald Trump was going to die, remember that? Was it roses are blue and violets? No. Violets are blue and roses are red, and you're all throwing fits because I'm not dead. Remember that? I'm told that using the R word is a bad word, but, wishing for people to die is totally fine, I guess. Totally
We
fine.
live in clown world.
Yeah,
So.
the left never passes its own tests. All right, Jeremy Harrell is up next. He will have the cabinet meeting, the Trump cabinet meeting beginning at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. As you make your way over to Live from America, well, you don't have to go anywhere. Just hang tight. Remember to go to LFA TV. Open up a new tab in your browser, lfatv.us. Head over to the Visit the Store tab. Check it out. Look at this new stuff on the website. Holiday. Look like a mason jar mug. Merry Christmas. LFA TV ornament. 50% off. Limited edition mason jar mugs and ornaments. Check it out at lfatv.us, 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 or jeremyharrell.com/store. That does it for us this morning. Thank you to everybody who watched and listened. Make sure you go over to, because we saw the audio numbers go crazy. Head over to anywhere you get your podcast. Hit the subscribe button. It's totally free. It just helps the audio numbers continue to go crazy. We could reach the other side of that as well. By going to any of your podcasting apps, just search Ungoverned and you will see it. Hit subscribe. It's totally free. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Hit the like button before you go. Hit the follow button on this channel before you go. And as President Trump says, we will never give up. We will never give in. We will never, ever surrender. If all else fails, we'll just become ungovernable. Thank you. God bless you. God bless this one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow morning, same time, same place, rumble.com/LFATV, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Until then, good night, everybody. Bang, gavel. And thank you for your attention to this matter.